Okay, what's up, guys? So that was the incident that occurred in the South Carolina versus Texas A&M game on Saturday. A state trooper in the stadium tunnel appeared to bump into Nyck Harbor of South Carolina after he had scored. You could see Harbor and his teammates heading back through the northeast tunnel toward the field. The trooper walked directly between Harbor and his teammate and bumped into them. Then the trooper turned and pointed at Harbor while exchanging words while he was quickly escorted away by another teammate. That said, LeBron James, Ryan Clark, and Stephen A. Smith quickly hopped onto Twitter, and here's what they said. LeBron tweeted that A&M cop needs to be suspended. That was premeditated and corny as fuck. He went out of his way to start some shit. Do better, man. So as soon as LeBron tweeted this out, this story went from a brief exchange to a national topic, and racial elements started coming into play. I don't know if it was 100% racial or not, or just the fact that the trooper was pissed because Harvard scored against A&M. Who knows? But Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith both went on Twitter and posted these videos.
What happened at the Texas A&M South Carolina football game is unacceptable for an officer who is there to protect everyone in the stadium to walk toward those young players with that level of aggression, that level of intention, that level of purpose, and that purpose being nothing for good is something that just can't happen. And now, if you are these young men's parents, this is worst case scenario for you. This is something you've coached your kids through. You've told them how to behave. You told them what to say. You've told them how to look. And you told them all of these things just to stay alive. And so now in this situation, someone who is in that stadium to protect them is the aggressor. And here's my biggest problem with the whole thing. There was 100,000 people in the stands. There were two entire football teams on the field, and there were millions of people watching on TV. So what kind of decisions does this officer make when no one is watching, when there are no immediate consequences? And thank God that Texas A&M acted extremely quickly to at least try to rectify the situation so everyone on that football field and in those stands could feel safe. But this is a cautionary tale. This is a warning. There are those people that feel so entitled and so empowered and have that level of audacity and also intoxication on power that they believe that they're above the law. It's not just about protecting those young men on the field, which is something we have to do. It's about protecting those young people in these streets, in these schools, that just walk around in everyday life from those who don't understand the power of the badge and the responsibility of it. Thank God today worked out the way it did and we got a great SEC battle. But not every young man is so lucky.
This is a no-brainer to me. Nyck Harbor from South Carolina catches a pass, scampers down the field for a damn long touchdown run, runs into the tunnel because he's holding his hamstring, and then his teammates come to help him because they know that something must be wrong because he kept going in there and he's holding his hamstring. He comes back out. You can see the officer at the stadium walking in between two players and literally bumps into both of them and flexes his arms out before turning around and telling them to get on out of here and all of this other stuff. We saw it. It's clear as day. It's an automatic suspension. The man shouldn't be allowed to work the game again. What you doing messing with a player like that for? What's somebody in street clothes that you didn't know was a player? You knew exactly who it was. You knew it was a player for South Carolina. You knew that. And you did it anyway. There's nothing to think about here. There's no argument. There's no excuse on the part of the behavior of the officer. He shouldn't even be allowed to cover the games anymore and definitely should be suspended.